So here again, this is Appenzell, which is a little village located above the eastern city of St. Gallen. And it even says it here in the very first sentence that this area, wow, is this a Galgen? Or is this it's a fountain? Okay. That the people have been taking down all the trees to make this area a open area to build houses. Early on, Switzerland was all covered with trees. So wherever you go, you will find names for places, hills that have got something to do with that taking down of the trees. And yeah, it's in the name. So the Appen comes from the Abe, and the Zell at the end comes from the Cell. So it was like a little enclave, or that would be something else. Well, it was like people going from St. Gallen to some other place and also be living there. That's what the Abe did at St. Gallen. So now Appenzell nowadays looks something like this. So it's not big, it's really just a village again, but because these parts of Switzerland that all got their own capital, capital, sometimes got capitals that just aren't city-like. They're just small, but still we say capital city to those places because each canton has one. So this is the station in the middle of the picture, and you see a white house. The train would come from here, St. Gallen, end up there. So with my father we would go to this white house right there, which is a restaurant, and we would sit there and he talked to the people sitting at that Stammtisch, that table where the locals would sit, that would love to sit with each other. Men, almost always men sit there. And yeah, they feel well because they know each other, and it's like for them like being at home, sitting at that table. So there is other restaurants within Appenzell, a lot, like at least 15 restaurants, I'm sure there are. But even further down the street there is the next one, and then on the other side is one. My monk just told me that they had that he was going from the station down that road, and then to the left there was the monastery, but I don't see it. The monastery, is this the monastery? This one looks like yeah, well, that one could be a monastery. The gardens are missing. Actually, he said to the left. So because there's so many clans, you could say, different people sticking together, there's so many restaurants. So going to a certain restaurant would also be like being with certain people. My father would go to different kinds of restaurants with us. We weren't living up here anymore. We lived down at St. Gallen. So that's maybe what made it possible for him to go wherever he wanted. But when you are living right here and you need to talk about your neighbors, of course, I think that's what people do when, getting together. Then you need to go to a certain place. Otherwise you'll not see your neighbors. They'd be at another restaurant. So my aunt lives somewhere up here, another uncle lives up here. And, it's like my father. He had 8 brothers and 7 sisters. So I had a lot of aunts and uncles, and some of them still lived up here where they grew up, and some of them have been going to other places. Yeah. So this is Appenzell.